All right, so we got some boxes in the mail the other day, or by freight. Some large boxes here, and they are for the Ranger project we got going on. So we need to get this guy out of here so we can get the Ranger in here and see what's inside those boxes. All right, we got the Ranger in the garage here, and this is gonna be phase one of enclosed Ranger project. So inside these boxes here, we've got a tip out windshield for the front, a roof for the top, and a rear glass panel for the rear. So first thing we're gonna have to do is get these things unboxed so these boxes are out of my way, and we're gonna start with the windshield. All right, here's what we're working with. We got windshield, rear glass, and a top. Got some directions here. This rear glass didn't come with anything, but I don't think it needs anything. All you do is rotate these things. Boom, it's in. So that's that. We'll start getting some hardware up here on the Ranger, some seal stuff potentially. See what's inside this box here. For the windshield, we've got a couple pieces of gasketing, blah blah blah, paperwork, hardware, a couple gas struts to hold it up, mechanism for locking, some hinges, latch, and some more gasketing. All right, next day here, we've got the Ranger in here. We've got the windshield seal kit pulled out here. And this is what we're going to be starting with, is installing the seal kit here. You can see the directions. This particular seal kit with the windshield I got came with 6 different pieces, 2 small, 2 medium, and 2 large pieces. So those are all going to be getting installed up here around this area of the roll cage. So if you read your directions, it tells you to bend this tab right here out flush with this surface so that they're even. So when you put your seal tape on there, it sits flush and even. So that's where these 2 pieces are going to go. And then these kind of wrap over the top of them, and these 2 cover the corner joint. So I'm going to get started installing those, make sure everything's clean so it adheres well, and then we'll move on to the next step. All right, I got all 6 pieces of seal tape put on, and this is what it looks like after I got done with it. Now on to the next step. The next part of the directions say to use the included silicone, and you're supposed to silicone around a bunch of the seams. Around a bunch of the seams at the roll bar joints, different places. So that's the next thing I'm going to go do. And then from there we can start installing hardware. I should also note that with the actual windshield kit, you get these 2 pieces of foam. And they go right down here to seal off this corner from anything getting through this gap here. But I'm not going to install these just yet because I'm probably going to have to be removing this whole dash piece for installing a heater and things like that in the future here. So I'm going to leave those out for now, and once everything is installed in the dash, I'll put those in. All right, the siliconing job went pretty well. I like how they gave black silicone here. Once it's done, you can't even really see it. Got the mid of the frame for the crew, and then you do the rear here all along this edge. So that's all done. Next step, remove this cup holder here to install the latch mechanism for the windshield. There's that. Alright, here's your cup holder. This bracket gets mounted on just like this. Just got to fit it to the contour here. And you mark your holes. Center it nicely. So there's our 3 holes we have to drill there. This unit gets put up underneath the dash. And it's kind of hard to show you up in there, but these 2 screws come in through 2 holes in the frame. So I'm going to go mount that in place, drill these holes, and then these holes will go into right there to hold it all into the frame. All right, we got this lower plate loosely started. We've got the bolts started in there. So when this is done, this is going to mount in just like that. So we will have to drill through here yet without messing up our threads. But this sits in here just like that. Here's our screws. Grab the drill. Alright, now I can see all my nuts down there, so this will get bolted in just like that. But first I'm going to tighten up the plate in the back, on the bottom. Alright, everything still lines up nice. Get these started by hand. That's solid. Time for our push pins to go back in. And that part is done. Alright, directions say next up is to install the driver's side windshield mount that mounts up on the frame, on the roll bar. And then you're supposed to set the windshield up on the frame and install the other one. But I'm going to install these shock mounts first for these gas struts, because I think they're going to be a little bit easier to get at if I just get that done with right away. And then I'm going to install the driver's side roll cage mount for the windshield pivot. So that's what I'm going to do now. All right, we got the windshield lifted up in here. We've got the hinges mounted, but I've got to do a little bit of adjusting on the cams. We're pretty close to the edge there, and this side's a little bit further away, so I got to try to lift this side up and swing that side down, I think is what I have to do to pivot the windshield a little bit. So I'm gonna mess around with those a little bit and see what I can get done. All right, we've got the windshield mounted in here. We've got the set screws all set tight, and this thing all centered up. Left to right, she's looking pretty good. So the hinges are all set. Now there's one last part for this tip out windshield, and that is these gas struts. We get one on each side. On the inside here, we get one end here on the bottom and the other end up here on the top. Let's see if I can do this. So one end they just snap right on these balls real simply. And spin that around. So I need to lift the windshield up to get that onto here. Just like that. Now one on the other side. Now there's the beauty of the tip-out windshield. All that airflow can come right in there when it's hot out. Or when you want it warm, you can pull it shut. Boom. All sealed up. See here we need the foam gasketing. I can see light coming through that corner right there. But otherwise, we should be good. Same with that corner down there. That's these pieces right here that I have not put in yet. If that's not enough, I'll use some of this stuff. This is about, I think it was 3/16 inch thick. So if this doesn't cut it, we'll add a little bit more of that, and that is to seal up right here. And you bet there will be air shooting through there if we don't do anything about that. So almost forgot to mention, besides wide open and fully closed, this windshield has one more mode of operation. Once you take your handle here, you open it, and now put it just like that, you have it in vent mode. So you get some air flying through there, yet you still get protection from debris and whatnot. So that's the other way you can operate this windshield. There you go. There is the install of a front tip out glass windshield. That is a Polaris glass windshield. If you enjoyed the content, please feel free to subscribe, like, comment, share, whatever you want to do there. If you didn't use this Polaris windshield, let me know in the comments what you went with, how you like it, or how you don't like it. I've heard bad stories with the poly windshields, but whatever. It's your choice. Thanks for watching. All right, everybody. Today we are on to stage 2 of Ranger cab enclosure, and that is going to start with the rear glass. We've got a lock and ride rear glass window pane we are going to set up inside here. We just got done installing the front window tip out up there, and right now we're going to start with stage 2, and that is rear glass. My way. You gotta go up, and then there you go.
Oh, I see.
Now down. There you go.
Looks like way easy.
It's like not even close.
Oh,
there it goes. Okay, I got mine. There. All right, there it is. Couldn't have been any easier. Simply set it in on these tabs right here. Rotate these knobs up, and it's secured. Done. Next step, get this roof installed. We've got a gasket kit right here we have to get installed onto it, and then we can install that roof up on top of the Ranger. I'm gonna get the Ranger turned around here. So we've got the roof laid out here on the ground upside down, and we've got the directions laid out here. Some of the hardware, a couple pieces of the seal kit ready to go, and a couple more of them over here. So the first thing to do when installing this roof is installing the seal kit. So we're going to start doing that, and the first pieces you're going to want to install are going to be these smaller ones here. And they actually mount on the machine itself. They go up here and up underneath the windshield. So we'll have to pop the windshield open, stretch those out over there, and then we're going to start putting some pieces on the front roof panel. So let's start doing that. Alright, as you saw, we got the pieces of foam installed up there, and we proceeded to install the rest of the foam throughout the roof panels here. One across the front, one down each side, across the rear, down each side of the rear panel, and then there's a seam filler strip that's where the two pieces connect together, tucked inside of there. Alright, next up is to install these clips right in these spots in the front roof section. Alright, according to the directions, next step is to install the rear roof section way up there. So let's do that. Alright, we got the rear roof panel installed. Just clips in on this bar right here. You can even see that. 3 places. And then right here on the back, on each side. And that just kind of holds it down. And then there's going to be 4 screws across the back that are going to hold it in. Right here, right there, and right there. So, next step is set on the front roof panel. Alright, so after some struggling and the help of a couple ratchet straps to pull the roof back, we've got the 2 sections of roof interlocked together up here. And now we can start to insert the 8 screws through here that hold the 2 sections together and keep it in place. We got these front 3 jaws clamped up on the roll cage as far as they go. So everything is seated where it needs to be. We just have to put the screws in to set it into place, seal it up with the other one, and then put the screws into the back section. So let's get these screws in. Alright, we are fully secured back here. It's kind of difficult to see, but there you go. 4 screws in the rear. Alright, we have got the roof installed. Ended up getting a couple of screws in here where we put those clips in. One of the first steps, screw from the top with a rubber washer and a washer down into that spot there. So we got 2 screws holding the front section down, 8 going across holding them together, along with these clips holding onto the roll cage. And then we're clipped onto the rear of the roll cage back here, as well as 4 more screws in the rear. And we've got all of our weather stripping in, and it's all sealed up here. So next step is to install a headliner if you have one. I do not have one yet, so that'll be down the road. But that is the install on the roof and rear window panel. Not too bad. It was a little bit of a trick. Actually, it was quite a task getting this front section nested into this rear groove for the rear section of the roof there. I'd use the help of a couple ratchet straps to get it together, but other than that, got it done, got the holes lined up, and got it secured together. So that is this install, and that is all that we're going to be doing today. Thanks for watching.